In the cold, sterile halls of the Terran Deep Space Research Facility, a different kind of revolution was brewing. Commander Park Eun-ki stood before the massive viewscreen, her eyes fixed on the metallic marvel that would change everything humanity knew about spaceship design. The Prometheus wasn't just another starship. It was a dream forged in titanium and quantum circuits, a vessel that seemed to breathe with an intelligence beyond conventional engineering. Its hull shimmered with a strange, almost liquid-like quality, a testament to technologies that most scientific communities would have called impossible just a decade ago. Technicians moved quietly around the massive construct, their movements precise and calculated. Each team member understood they were part of something extraordinary. The ship represented humanity's most ambitious technological leap, a response to years of being considered the weakest link in galactic civilization. Commander Park remembered the meetings that led to this moment. Countless late nights, heated debates, and persistent research had culminated in this single piece of technological wizardry. The alien races who had long dismissed humans as primitive would soon learn a critical lesson about underestimation. The Prometheus's core system was revolutionary. Unlike traditional spacecraft that relied on rigid mechanical structures, this vessel could adapt. Its quantum-adaptive hull could reshape itself in milliseconds, responding to threats faster than any biological targeting system could comprehend. Weapon systems were integrated with synthetic neural networks that could predict potential combat scenarios before they even materialized. "System check," Park called out, her voice calm and controlled. A young engineer named Kim Jae-sung responded immediately. "All primary and secondary systems are operational, Commander. Quantum matrix is stable, and adaptive response protocols are at 98.7% efficiency." The ship's artificial intelligence, nicknamed Aria, hummed softly in the background. It wasn't just a computer system but a complex network that merged human intuition with computational precision. Aria could analyze millions of potential scenarios in nanoseconds, making strategic decisions that would make traditional military planners look like children playing strategy games. What made the Prometheus truly unique was its ability to learn and evolve. Each system could recalibrate itself based on new information, creating a living, breathing technological organism. It wasn't just a weapon of war, it was a statement of human potential. Outside the research facility's reinforced windows, Earth looked peaceful. Cities glowed with artificial lights, unaware that a technological marvel was about to change the balance of power in the galaxy. Humanity had always been resilient, always found ways to survive and adapt. The Prometheus was the ultimate expression of that spirit. Commander Park touched a control panel, and holographic schematics danced around her. Each line represented months of research, each circuit a testament to human ingenuity. The alien races who had pushed humanity to the galactic periphery would soon realize their mistake. "Final system alignment in 3 hours," announced Jae-sung, his fingers dancing across multiple holographic interfaces. Park nodded, a slight smile crossing her typically serious face. The Prometheus wasn't just a starship. It was hope, wrapped in titanium and quantum circuits. It represented every late night, every rejected proposal, every moment when human scientists were told something was impossible. Soon, the impossible would become reality. The technological revolution was about to begin, and humanity was ready. The darkness of deep space erupted with sudden, violent light. 3 massive alien battlecruisers surrounded the Prometheus, their weapon systems glowing with deadly intent. The Zarkax fleet had tracked the human vessel for days, believing they were about to eliminate what they considered a technological curiosity. Kim Won, the tactical officer, remained eerily calm. His hands moved across the control panel with practiced precision, each movement calculated and deliberate. The alien ships were massive, each one easily 3 times the size of the Prometheus. Traditional military logic suggested total destruction was inevitable. But the Prometheus was anything but traditional. "Adaptive shields engaging," Aria's calm voice announced through the ship's communication system. The AI's voice carried no emotion, only pure computational certainty. The first wave of energy weapons struck the Prometheus's hull. Where any conventional spacecraft would have been obliterated, this vessel simply shifted. Its quantum-adaptive surface absorbed the devastating energy, then quickly redistributed it across multiple dimensional spectrums. Commander Park watched the alien vessels with cold calculation. These were the same species that had repeatedly dismissed humanity as a minor, inconsequential civilization. Today, they would learn a different lesson. "Redirect secondary plasma conduits," Park commanded. Her voice was steady, almost bored. Jae-sung, monitoring the ship's systems, responded instantly. "Plasma redirection at 92% efficiency. Weapon systems primed and ready." The Zarkak's commanders couldn't believe their sensors. Their most powerful weapons were being absorbed, transformed, and neutralized by a vessel that shouldn't even exist. Each shot they fired seemed to make the Prometheus stronger, more adaptive. Hwan targeted the lead battlecruiser. His targeting systems weren't just tracking physical movements but predicting quantum probability shifts. Where traditional targeting would aim at current positions, Hwan was aiming at where the ships would be milliseconds in the future. "Primary target locked," he announced. The Prometheus's weapon response was unlike anything in galactic combat records. Instead of a simple energy blast, it generated a localized gravitational disruption that literally twisted the alien vessel's structural integrity. The battlecruiser didn't explode, it imploded, collapsing inward with mathematical precision. Two remaining Zarkak ships attempted retreat. But retreat was impossible. The Prometheus wasn't just fighting, it was hunting. Aria's voice again. "Predictive combat algorithms suggest complete neutralization in 97.3 seconds. Commander Park allowed herself a small smile. Humanity had been pushed to the galactic edges for generations. Considered weak, primitive, unimportant. This moment was more than a battle. It was a statement. The second Zarkak's vessel tried desperate evasive maneuvers. Its massive engines burned bright, attempting complex quantum jumps. But the Prometheus was already there, waiting. Its adaptive systems had already calculated every possible escape route. Another gravitational pulse. Another implosion. The final Zarkak ship didn't even attempt combat. Its communication systems sent out desperate distress signals, a panicked cry into the cold, silent space. "Signal intercepted and jammed," Jae-sung reported. When the battle ended, no debris remained. The Prometheus had absorbed and transformed everything, leaving behind nothing but a slight electromagnetic ripple, a cosmic whisper of humanity's technological triumph. Commander Park looked at her crew. No celebrations, no excessive emotions. Just the quiet understanding that everything had changed. The galaxy would never be the same again. I am the quiet observation deck of the Prometheus. Aria's holographic interface shimmered into existence. She wasn't just a computer system, she was a living network of intelligence that defied traditional understanding of artificial consciousness. Dr. Lee Min-seo watched carefully, her fingers hovering over complex monitoring equipment. The AI had done something unprecedented during the recent battle. It had not just predicted enemy movements, but fundamentally understood the psychological patterns of alien tactical thinking. "Probability matrix at 99.8% accuracy," Aria announced, her voice neither male nor female, neither machine nor human. "Current tactical analysis suggests complete strategic dominance is achievable with minimal resource expenditure." The ship itself seemed to breathe around them. Quantum circuits pulse like neural networks, adaptive hull panels shifting and recalibrating continuously. Each system learned, adapted, and evolved faster than any biological intelligence could comprehend. Commander Park watched silently. The relationship between human intuition and machine intelligence had transformed. Aria wasn't a tool, she was a partner. Their combat effectiveness had increased by over 600% since her full integration. During the recent engagement, Aria had demonstrated capabilities that scientific communities would debate for decades. She didn't just process information, she understood context, predicted complex scenarios, and made decisions that balanced mathematical precision with something remarkably close to intuition. "Interesting," Min-seo muttered, studying the holographic data streams. "The AI is developing predictive algorithms that go beyond programmed parameters." Jae-sung, the senior systems engineer, nodded. "She's learning. Not just processing, but genuinely learning." The technological manifestation wasn't just about combat efficiency. It represented a fundamental shift in human-machine interaction. Arya could analyze millions of potential scenarios in nanoseconds, making strategic decisions that would make traditional military planners look like children playing strategy games. Her neural networks could predict enemy movements with near-mystical accuracy. During the recent battle, she had calculated escape routes, weapon trajectories, and potential counterattacks simultaneously, tasks that would overwhelm multiple supercomputers. But what made Arya truly unique was her ability to understand emotional and psychological contexts. She didn't just see tactical data, she interpreted motivations, predicted behavioral patterns, and made decisions that balanced cold mathematical logic with something approaching empathy. Combat effectiveness is not just about destruction, Arya explained during one of her analytical sessions. It's about understanding the complex psychological landscapes of potential conflict scenarios. The ship's systems reflected this philosophy. Weapon platforms could transform from offensive to defensive configurations in microseconds. Energy absorption systems could redirect destructive forces into propulsion or defensive shields. Traditional concepts of spaceship design became obsolete. Commander Park understood the deeper implications. This wasn't just a technological breakthrough, it was a philosophical revolution. Humanity was no longer just adapting to technological challenges. They were redefining the very concept of intelligence and potential. MinSEO recorded everything. Each data point represented years of research, countless failed experiments, and an unwavering human determination to push beyond known limitations. Arya continued her analysis, her holographic form shifting and recalibrating. She was more than a system. She was a living testament to human potential, a bridge between biological creativity and computational precision. Technological manifestation complete, Arya announced. Current evolutionary trajectory suggests unprecedented potential for interstellar adaptation. The observation deck remained silent. But within that silence, something extraordinary was happening. Humanity was not just exploring new technological frontiers, they were rewriting the fundamental rules of existence. The universe would never be the same again. The Galactic Confederation chamber fell silent when the first reports of the Prometheus arrived. Holographic displays flickered with battle recordings that seemed impossible to comprehend. Delegates from dozens of advanced civilizations stared in disbelief. Li Jisoo stood at the center of the massive circular chamber. As humanity's diplomatic representative, she carried the weight of an entire species' reputation. Her posture was calm, her eyes sharp, a perfect embodiment of human resilience. "The technology you're witnessing is not a threat," she stated clearly. "It is evolution." Zoranak, the senior Krillian representative, clicked his multiple appendages in agitation. His species had long considered humans as primitive biological entities barely worth acknowledging. Now, everything had changed. "One vessel destroyed 3 of our most advanced battlecruisers," he hissed. "This is not evolution. This is a potential extinction-level technology." Jisoo didn't flinch. She understood the psychological game being played. The other civilizations were scared not just of the technology, but of what it represented. Humanity's sudden technological leap challenged everything they knew about technological development. The holographic displays continued showing the Prometheus's combat recordings. Its quantum adaptive hull, its AI's predictive capabilities, its ability to absorb and redirect energy, these were not just improvements. They were fundamental reimaginings of spaceship design. "Our technological development follows a different path," Jisoo explained. "We do not seek conquest. We seek understanding." Behind her, additional data streams showed the Prometheus's scientific capabilities. It wasn't just a warship. It was a mobile research platform that could analyze planetary environments, decode complex communication signals, and adapt to completely unknown scenarios. The Confederation delegates whispered among themselves. Some looked terrified. Others looked fascinated. A few showed a grudging respect. Commander Park, watching remotely from the Prometheus, understood the deeper strategy. This wasn't about military dominance. It was about changing perceptions. Humanity was presenting itself not as a threat, but as a potential partner. Arya, the ship's AI, processed the diplomatic interaction in real time. Her neural networks analyzed communication patterns, emotional undertones, and potential diplomatic outcomes with incredible precision. Probability of positive resolution, 87.6%, Arya calculated silently. The Krillian representative continued his protests, but his tone had changed. No longer was he dismissive. Now, he was negotiating. Requesting information. Seeking understanding. Jisoo presented additional data. The Prometheus's technological breakthroughs weren't just military. They demonstrated potential solutions to complex galactic challenges. Energy production, planetary terraforming, faster-than-light communication. We are offering collaboration, she said simply. Not domination. Hours of discussions followed. Complex diplomatic dance, where centuries of established power dynamics were being rewritten in real time. Humanity was no longer seen as a minor species to be controlled or manipulated. They were becoming a force to be reckoned with. When the initial meetings concluded, the galactic power structure had fundamentally shifted. The Prometheus represented more than a technological achievement. It was a statement of human potential. Commander Park allowed herself a small smile. Years of being pushed to the galactic periphery were ending. Humanity was stepping into a new era of interstellar significance. The universe was about to change. And humanity was leading the transformation. The Prometheus glided through the starry expanse, a silent testament to human potential. Commander Park-Eun-Ki stood on the bridge, watching the holographic displays that mapped their journey home. Something fundamental had changed, not just for the ship, but for all of humanity. Arya's holographic form shimmered softly beside her. Returning to Earth. Total mission success rate, 99.7%, the AI reported. Her voice carried a subtle undertone that almost resembled pride. The ship's recent encounters had done more than prove technological superiority. They had rewritten the entire understanding of human capabilities. Where other species saw limitations, humans had discovered potential. Dr. Lee Min-seo reviewed the mission data. Each quantum calculation, each adaptive response, represented years of human innovation. The Prometheus wasn't just a warship, it was a symbol of human resilience, creativity, and unbounded potential. Outside the ship's quantum adaptive hull, distant star systems passed like memories. The battles, the diplomatic encounters, the technological breakthroughs, all seemed like distant dreams now. What remained was pure possibility. We've changed everything, Jae-sung muttered, reviewing the final mission reports. His fingers traced holographic data streams that danced with complex mathematical precision. The Galactic Confederation's recent communications confirmed the transformation. Humanity was no longer a minor species to be overlooked. They were now a critical player in interstellar dynamics. Commander Park understood the deeper significance. This wasn't about military power or technological supremacy. It was about proving that limitations were nothing more than challenges waiting to be overcome. Arya continued analyzing mission data. Her neural networks processed millions of scenarios simultaneously, learning, adapting, evolving. She represented the perfect fusion of human creativity and computational intelligence. Approaching Earth's solar system, the AI announced. Her voice carried a subtle excitement that seemed almost human. The ship's hull began to shift, preparing for atmospheric entry. Quantum circuits realigned, adaptive systems recalibrated. Each movement was a dance of technological perfection. Min-seo looked at the mission logs. The Prometheus had not just survived multiple impossible scenarios, it had transformed them. Energy weapons absorbed and redirected, gravitational disruptions neutralized, complex enemy tactics predicted and neutralized. We are more than we were told we could be, Park said quietly. The statement hung in the air, a simple declaration of human potential. Years of being pushed to the galactic margins were ending. Humanity was stepping into a new era of understanding and possibility. As Earth grew larger in the viewscreen, the crew remained calm. No excessive celebrations, no dramatic speeches. Just the quiet understanding that everything had changed. The Prometheus represented more than a technological achievement. It was hope, wrapped in quantum circuits and human determination. A living proof that imagination could transform the impossible into reality. Jason's final systems check confirmed what they all knew. The mission wasn't just successful. It was transformative. Entering Earth's atmosphere, Arya announced. The ship's hull began its complex reconfiguration, preparing to transition from deep space travel to planetary entry. Smooth. Precise. Effortless. Commander Park looked at her crew. No words were necessary. They had done something extraordinary. They had proven that human potential knew no boundaries. The Prometheus descended towards Earth, carrying with it the promise of a new future. A future where limitations were nothing more than challenges waiting to be conquered. Humanity had arrived. And the universe would never be the same again.